is college football, we spoke about it earlier, is changing forever. So they passed a new rule today that junior college players are for if they do 2 years of junior college football, when they move on, they will be considered freshmen again. So they will still have 4 years of eligibility after they do their 2 years of junior college football. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they need more. They need more productivity on the field. More money needs to be made. You know what I'm saying? Vegas need more bread. They need more bodies. So it just makes more sense. Why are we gonna lose 2 years if they go to junior college? We need them to get. You know what I'm saying? It just makes more sense. The bread is gonna be a lot longer because you have more years with them instead of the 2 years when they come in after junior college. So now you get to go to a D1 college and you get 4 years back, man.
This
Sign me up, coach. You
this,
know what I'm saying?
this sounds like heaven to me and my brother because we went through junior college ranks before going on to other schools, right?
That's before where going to junior, the Juco route was lit.
You're right.
Juco route was like a death sentence. You had to like be on your shit to get out of Juco to go next to the next program and then eventually move on. But that's just showcased the grind, the grit, and the passion that you had for the game, and you went and got it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like it makes the passion and the grit that much more because you could get out of the JUCO, get your numbers and dollars up, right? And then when you go to that top tier school, you got all 4 years to play, son.
Yeah.
And you got NIL with the portal. Come on, every year you had a new school, kid. What's up? Yo, I don't like this school. I'm out.
Yo, I knew when I told you. You was gonna be ignorant, bro. You was gonna be wild ignorant, like yo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really feeling this school like that, B.
I'm out, son. I ain't feeling it. The fish sticks, ain't hitting, son. They ain't like they ain't have it the way they had in my other school. I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I knew when I told you you was gonna be funny with this, bro, because we went through the process of playing junior college football, and at that time you played your 2 years, and then when you go to another school, you only got 2 years left. The only way they'll give you to grant you the third year is if you do a red shirt medical or a red shirt completely, but you had to do it within that year that you transferred to the school. So that was the only way to finesse a third year from the second school that you went to. And then the mindset was completely different. But this is kind of scary though, because now it makes it even harder for high school kids. So, and then Juco, when we went to play Juco was actually a tough league to play in because the guys that played Juco all could have played D1 ball. It's just that most guys in our era that played Juco either had an issue with grades, either had issues with character, had the talent but wasn't big enough. Pause. Like they didn't have like a school that stress weight room, or you had some sort of injury. You know, me personally, I had an injury. I missed my whole senior year, so I had to go and play JUCO. But other guys didn't have the grades. Some guys had character issues. Some guys went to a school where they had the talent, the speed, the physicality, but they didn't have the strength, they didn't have the bulk, so they had to go to junior college and work that out. And when we went to school, and where we went to schools used to pick us out of practice. They didn't really care about the game. They were like, "Yo, if Michigan State came to our practice, yo, line them up, line them up." And based on who won that, gets the scholarship. I remember my boy Nara got his scholarship to Penn State from Nassau based on that. Penn State coach is like, yo, line these two up right here. Nara dominated, and Nara started for Penn State. He started for Penn State. So
that's how it goes. Huh?
That's how it goes. That's how junior college really used to be for real. And the process was different. So if
you want to talk about grind, follow a JUCO student.
JUCO is different.
Follow a JUCO athlete. So you want to talk about grind? I don't care if it's fucking field hockey. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
That motherfucker is going through a grind because he's going to a bucknut school in upnut state. You know what I'm saying?
It be
But he
pop.
out there trying to get it. You feel
It
me?
low key popping though, but
It be low key popping because it's just you in the school. You school the students in the school. That's all you got, baby. You know what I'm saying?
yo,
School pride all day, man.
yeah, yeah. And see, and then the process, the mind process was different. So coaches will really only go to JUCOs if they need an immediate starter, or you going to, instead of going to like a Michigan or Penn State, you had to be an immediate starter to go to Michigan, Penn State from JUCO. But if you're not going to be an immediate starter from JUCO, you had to go to the Kansas States, the West Virginias, like the New Mexico states, the Louisville. That was the breeding ground for all that. Any of the blue bloods, they was only taking high school kids because they figured 4 years is more than 2 years. But now, because teams are taking guys like we in college ranks, it's not only a draft process, but there's a free agency process like the NFL now. The portal is the new free agency portion of it. So you could play a year or two in JUCO, sign on to any school, and still have 4 years of eligibility. So what type of incentive do it takes for high school kids to get taken now?
It really depends on the school and if the advisors at that school can really advise the high school kids on a path to really follow. Because really all that it really entails is to get your numbers up, get your dollars up, and get your name in a transfer portal. However you do that is up to you. You know what I'm saying? Now you have more options. You can go the JUCO route or you could go straight to D1. But if you're not getting a high enough offer
Yeah,
at D1, you still got D2, you still got D3. Because remember, if your name is still buzzing, you can still put yourself in the transfer portal. Just because you had a D2 don't mean you can't go to D1 if
right.
your stock and your dollars is up. If
The,
your
the,
highlights is litty like that, niggas gonna call you. You know what I'm saying?
Colorado just took the number one tight end in the portal. He's from a D2 school,
Come
Northwest
on,
Missouri.
come on. He the top tight end in all D2,
And
so he gotta be nice.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Call him up.
mm-hmm,
Bring him up here. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
That's it. So it's like you get your name up, and I feel for high school, you may be coming from a bottom school or whatever, but you go to JUCO, you got 2 years at JUCO. After the 2 years, you get to a good school, you got 4 years.
Yes,
I
yes,
think it's way better for high school, son. Because remember, if if the high school senior before you goes to JUCO, right? He got 1 year ahead of you. You're a senior now. You're a senior. Then you go to next year. He's still in JUCO.
right.
You know what I'm saying? He got 1 more year in JUCO.
You're
So you already in. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be good for incoming freshmen coming from college, coming from high school, and already college students already got a 1 year or 2 years in. So it's still gonna be good for both.
I
Give
think
high school students more of a chance too now.
I think JUCO guys have way more an advantage because you're lifting, you're in a college environment, regardless if it's in Buck, Oklahoma, and in Scatterback, New Jersey, or something like that. They still have an advantage because you're lifting, running, and jumping. A lot of these guys out of high school, if you're not a 3-star, 4-star guy, your playing ground is going to be D2.
Right.
D double A.
That's why I said high school is still good because you're going to go to up buck state and
Right,
go lift and go
right,
build yourself up and then get out and get your name in the transfer portal. Even if, you know what I'm saying, it's still good for high school. It's still a great look for a high school kid who didn't get their name out there because now you could go to a low type and not playing all these other schools too because they're still going to get talent. They're still going to get their name and that
right,
could help
right.
their school.
Yeah, right. We're not
You know what I'm
distant.
saying? It still could get everybody's gonna eat, basically. Everybody's gonna be happy.
Right.
D2 gonna get some bread, D3 gonna get some bread, JUCO gonna get some bread, everybody gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
enough talent out here for everybody to eat.
yeah. It really takes away it because you remember guys that was like now it's the star system. When we was coming up, there was no star system, right? So if a guy, there's no more hopes of a guy that's pretty much a fish out of water at Oklahoma. There's no more of that. You're gonna have to go to Northwest Oklahoma, get your dollars up, and then raise your profile that way, opposed to going Oklahoma and then working your way backwards. Like, yeah, you're not it, bro. So you're gonna have to go from Oklahoma to, Tulsa or something like that. And then if you're not at there, then you're gonna have to go to Independence, community college. You know what I'm saying? Work your way to D2. Like, so dude's gonna be kind of old, graduating college, but hey, man, the sport.
They're gonna be in their late 20s, kid. Like, it's gonna be crazy. 25, 26, you coming in 18, you got blocked this 26-year-old. Like, yo, this is crazy. It's gonna be wild out here, son.
Like, yo, you trying to tell me the quarterback is 29? Like, what's going on here? Like, he got a whole family and mortgage and like,
yo, bro, been partying for a decade, son. Partying in football for a decade. That's crazy, son.
But there's one guy at Miami. This is his 9th season. The tight end at Miami.
That's what I'm saying. Partying for a decade, son.
Going crazy. So
long-standing finesse.
This rule is going to change college football, and that lets you know how much money is in college football, and that also lets me know that you're going to see more corporations, like we covered last episode, buying colleges. You're going to see more corporations literally say, "This is the college we're going to buy. We're going to put $1 billion into this football program, and with this football program, we got an NIL deal that's so crazy that we just going to be buying kids."
But see, here's the problem. They think because you got all this money, that's cool. Let's say this situation, you have all this money and you buy and you get Michael Vick to come, and you got all the kids coming to play with Michael Vick, this, that, and the third. All right, something happens, and all of a sudden, Michael Vick is not there no more. Remember the NIL deal, the transfer portal. Guess what? All them kids gonna leave and go where Michael Vick is gonna go.
Yes.
So you leave that door open too. So yeah, you could throw money out there, but remember, the field hands got power too now.
Right.
So you bring a coach that they believe in, they fight and they go hard for the winning season, and then all of a sudden, we don't want to play, we don't want this coach no more. And you send the coach back to fucking you know what I'm saying, Chattanooga State.
Right.
Guess what? Them kids is gonna go to Chattanooga State now.
Well, we've seen that with Marshall this year.
That's what I'm saying. So you want to keep throwing. You want to keep throwing money at shit and think money's going, all right, watch. It ain't about money with some kids. Some kids just believe in this coach so much so that wherever he goes, they going to
go. Right.
So if you don't see the culture and you don't see that, you fool. You think money's going to save you? Nah. If you don't see some of all these other nuances that's also being showcased, money's a great tool.
Yes.
But having vision as well is also going to lead you in a long-standing position, because if the kids buy in, then you're gonna have a revolving door.
But I ain't gonna front. 18-year-old Ash, I would have been like, yo, I need some money in order for me to have some vision, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get
I can't see. What's that? Oh,
I can't see nothing but the money, coach. Yeah. Once I see some money, then I can get some vision and I can run these touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So after that, then you could talk to me about the vision, coach. But at first, at least for my freshman year, put that money under my hand. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure my mom's and my pops are straight. You know what I'm saying? Make sure my daughter is good. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a young father. So, that would definitely been me at that time. But this is changing college football, because we're seeing with a school like Alabama, when now they're losing players. Ole Miss took a whole bunch of kids from all the tops. They took other schools' top players because of that NIL deal. So now I hope this doesn't happen. Now they want to regulate the NIL deal. They want to regulate how much school gets what. Everybody should get the same thing. No.
You can't police the talent. That's really what it is. You trying to police the talent now.
And the only reason why they doing that is to do it for the school. Alabama can't have the least amount of talent. They got to have all the talent.
No, fuck they not. Don't get the fuck out of here, son.
Right. I don't want the power.
It's not about Alabama no more.
Right.
It's not about Clemson no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't want the power to be lied into the schools that is it just gotta be them because they the school. Nah.
Why?
You the
The
pound.
school that don't even give a fuck about duplicitous? Like, nah, they just happy duplicitous is running touchdowns. What they say in Friday Night Lights? Man, run Bowie Miles. He don't break. I'm paraphrasing. It was a lot worse.
Right.
But
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this ain't the 80s, bro.
You want to win, put Booby in. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? If Boobie had bread back then, he'd be all right. He would have been straight.
Booby wouldn't be doing time in jail now.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, oh, when the talent is good for you, it's cool. But when the talent has an opinion, now it's a problem.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
now I hope, because they've been talking about regulating the NILs because they feel like the NILs is not sustainable, because you're seeing corporations buying colleges. You have corporations investing into colleges as a business, as they should. Most colleges, well, not most, but a lot of colleges holds 50, 60, 70,000 fans at NFL prices. So the school
No,
is
that's corporations gonna come. It's business at the end of the day. Don't make it seem like all of a sudden it's about the school tradition and the alma mater and this, that, and the third and blase blah. No, it was good when you was controlling the money.
facts.
When you don't got no control of the money, now all of a sudden you wanna halter this, you wanna put rules on that, and you wanna guard this. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
sound like a real hoe right now. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care who out there, god damn it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I hope we don't see a regulation of the NIL, because we're trying to save the school in a way that's the blue blood that y'all want to pick and choose to save. Y'all don't care about Southern Mississippi. Y'all don't care about none of these schools that were struggling for years, and now they have a rich billionaire as an alumni want to come and be like, you know what? I know this is South Idaho University, but I'm gonna put $1 billion in here. We're gonna make this litty, and we're gonna get them.
Bro,
Why
I
you should
don't care if you put
best?
$20 trillion in Oregon. It's Oregon, dog. Chill out. It's Oregon.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. As a native Brooklynite, it used to piss me off that we don't have a college football team in the city. It used to piss me off. We do now. We got a couple now, but like it didn't make sense to me that St. John's didn't keep their football team, and they was playing D1 AA at the time when we was coming up. So by 2025, they should have been D1 ball.
If they stuck with the program.
There's no reason why Brooklyn College don't keep their football team.
We could have stayed homegrown. I could have walked to college. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? How much talent was in New York City?
Plethora. And St. John's, we had St. Francis Prep, we had Holy Cross, we had Bayside, we had what was another school? It was a whole bunch of other schools that was close by.
Beach Channel.
It was a bunch of schools that was close proximity to St. John's. When I mean close proximity, I mean like by bus.
Okay.
You take one bus, two buses, you buy St. John's. Well, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
the plethora of schools that had talent going to these schools. If St. John's was D1 AA, man, I would have went to St. John's.
Because they were, until they shut their program. Remember, they shut them in Hofstra.
Right. Hofstra was another one.
Right. So, but they shut down St. John's a couple years prior too.
Before we even got to I got
to
high school or something.
Right. But imagine if somebody with the billions, when it came to St. John's, would be like, you know what? If I can't get a biscuit, I might just buy the joint. You know what I'm saying?
I want me a Red Storm biscuit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Get it popping. So it just doesn't make sense why in New York City now there's a plethora of schools. You have Columbia. I mean, it's an Ivy League school. You have Fordham. Fordham is D1 AA. You have Long Island. I think Long Island University is D2. But there should be a D1 school in the heart of the city, whether it's Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens. It don't matter. As long as it's in the heart of the city.
Shout out to Rowan Jack. What's that do, bro?
Rowan Jack, one of our badge holders in the building. Appreciate you tapping in, y'all. My man Rowan Jack, man, you guys see his gun collection. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I just think that would have been so lit if that was to happen. If, somebody would have came, one of the billionaires would invest into the schools like they're doing now. So I hope they don't try to regulate this NIL situation, because it's really in the power of the players, and the power of the players, they really able to change their life. Travis Hunter, for example, bought his mom a house. He got himself a house, and come to find out, he didn't even use none of the money from the NIL. He paid back the NIL money so that way the other guys on his team could eat, and that they will be able to get other players coming into Colorado. So he pays into that NIL on top of being able to do, the things that he's been doing.
So that's why I said it's a little bit harder when you got a kid that's 19, 20 years old who got a house, a crib, he's straight. You really can't tell that. You can't tell him nothing.
Facts.
But then it really comes down to how that kid is impressed upon with the